Alright, sorry.
It's okay.
There it is. This is the full demonic rune.
There you go. Yep. That is what you see on her neck.
He backs away slowly, and he says, That's impossible.
She's still not looking up at you.
What demon was in that blade?
She doesn't say anything.
That's the rune for the abyss. That's my rune. You made a deal with me somehow.
She just keeps looking at her feet. She looks scared.
I need you to take me to whoever this demon is.
She shakes her head no.
Well, if you made a deal with me, then you cannot disobey.
She shakes her head no again.
How would I do this? He's going to summon Abaddon, not in a threatening way, and he's going to crease his hand along the blade until he pinpoints the symbol along it and shows it to her. That is the symbol.
She looks at it. She looks up at you, and there's this kind of look in her eyes where she wants to say something. She wants to do something, and she can't do anything. It's like she's stuck.
Well, since it is my symbol, I suppose I could try to overwrite the deal. Stick out your hand.
She shakes her head no and stumbles backward away from you in fear.
I'm trying to remove the deal from your body. The brand.
She shakes her head no again.
Do you know this person? Have you seen them over the last however many years?
Her eyes flicker toward your face. You see there's recognition in them, but she doesn't give you a official answer.
I'll take that as a yes. Have you seen him since Solon went to America?
She does the exact same motion.
I'll take that as a yes as well, I hope. Well then, I have a better idea. You have a sibling, correct?
Her eyes narrow on your face.
Did he make a deal with this person?
She nods.
No or yes?
Yes.
Anyone else that was involved with this man, Axel?
She nods again.
Who didn't make a deal with them?
It was only the three of us.
Well, I have a right to see this person, seeing as they are, well, I suppose I should say me. So, whatever the case, if you take me to them, I will get rid of that brand on your body and you will be freed.
I can't.
Then we'll figure something out.
You don't find him. He finds you.
Well, then I will push him along that path until he does. Take me to the last place you saw him. You said, Solon said something about a town destroyed?
She shakes her head. No.
Then I'll ask Solon. He's going to walk away towards the barn.
It was a long time ago, she calls after you.
Well, in a place like this where there aren't many towns, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find one.
The place is on the other side of the country.
Hmm. Well, if you can't tell us exact specifics, the thing about demon deals is that you cannot give specific answers. Give us something vague that we can follow.
She rubs at her temples. That's it. That's all she does.
Alright, then he's going to go back to Solon.
So, back in the barn, y'all have this scroll. And Apollyon walks in. While you all are looking at the scroll and discussing things.
Apollyon looks irritated.
So I assume you didn't get the information you wanted.
No, I did. Just not savory information.
Interesting. Care to share?
He summons Abaddon and points at the symbol on the scythe, and he says, "You've seen this before, haven't you?"
Solon's gonna look at it like really hard.
You have seen this symbol before.
Vaguely. I mean, it was probably back then, but it's hazy. Like I said, I don't know. It's comes and goes.
On that sword.
Yes, yeah.
That's my symbol, the rune of the abyss.
Oh. So what does that mean exactly?
That means that she made a deal with me, without me knowing it.
Is that even possible?
Well, a lot of things don't tend to be possible, but here we are. Whoever that man was, carrying that demon-infused sword, whatever that sword was had a piece of me in it, I'm assuming.
Interesting.
I hate to break up this little melee and all, but can we get back to the fact that we have no idea what the fuck we're doing? Liam says to you both.
Well, that's not a first. What did the scroll say?
It basically said that they wanted to have a peace talk with us. They gave us a specific, location that they wanted us to meet up at.
So it's a peace treaty. Solon, do you know what organization that girl is a part of again?
Yock.
What are the
little rebellion that's been going on?
I see.
They would not be happy with us trying to make contact with these people, but I
Then-
think it would be a good idea for us to try.
As do I,
Well.
Minerva says.
Well, I have affairs with the Oak now, apparently, so I hope everything goes well.
As long as they do not know that we went over there, or at least that we went over there to speak with them, we should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to make sure
Sticks
that
your head out.
none of them
from
are
the,
tailing us.
Pidge, what are you doing?
Well,
Pidge sticks her head out from the loft and goes, "I'm all for seeing new parts of this place.
Maybe we should take a
Also-
vote, Liam says under his breath.
Well, if we're going to do that, then I stick with keeping things good with the oak, if we can.
I agree.
We should try and not get on their bad side. However, I do think it would be wise to try to interact with them regardless.
I suppose.
If they do not know that we did,
No people
then-
to meet.
if they do not know that we interacted with them, that would be the best of both worlds.
Solon, do you know of the oak's capabilities to trail people?
They are called the Huntsman.
Well, that's also fair. I am unsure if we can make this deal occur without somebody knowing. Even if
Well,
there's animals in the area, they can still spread information.
Why don't we use the girl? Liam says, nodding toward the door.
if they trust her, then they could have her keep an eye on us, and if she is
If
willing
she
to
can keep her
help
mouth
us.
shut, she could come with us.
Well, to be fair, she seems to have an issue with not being able to open her mouth as of now, so...
Seems like that solved that problem pretty fast. Liam says, brushing his hands off.
Yeah. She won't even tell me who this counterpart of mine is.
Counterpart?
Yes. Well, I briefly told Solon about it, but she somehow made a deal with me a few years back without me knowing.
I'm sorry, what?
And it involved a man with a demon sword.
So, someone with... Wait, does that mean you're not just split in half?
I'm split into multiple parts.
Hmm.
And I need to figure out who this person is and get that sword back immediately.
I'm also hoping that your other fragment is as amicable as you are.
Yes. Solon, before we go forward, can you tell me about this person, what they were like?
Reminded me of a lot like you, honestly, now that you mention it.
Yes? Tell me, let's do a campfire story, then.
Sticks her head out one more time, going, "Well, you see, he is the segment of courage and wisdom, and then there's another that's a segment of wisdom, and then a third one is the segment of power. And then together they make the Triapollyon."
Uh-huh. You know what?
Apollyon.
You know what? I kind of like that.
Tripollyon!
Honestly, I kind of like that, Pidge. You go with that.
It's like the Infinity Stones!
That's what each of Apollyon's fragments are. They're
Oh
just different
god.
infin-
I rue the day Apollyon gets all the Infinity Stones of his personality back.
I can't wait for that day.
So I mean, we picked him up on our way back to Russia to do what we came here to do. He stuck it out to the end. He was rough. I mean, abrasive. Was willing to fight anyone that stood in the way.
Hmm.
And in fact, he warned us against continuing on up until the point that we were there, and then he pulled out that sword, and that was it. I don't remember anything else except other bits and pieces.
Solon, would you like to roll me one more memory check?
Sure. I don't remember anything.
What did you roll?
1.
Oh my god. You guys watch
What
as
memory?
Solon tries to, like, it looks like he's thinking back, and all of the sudden, blood begins to stream from one of his nostrils.
Are you okay, Solon?
Solon, you have a piercing migraine now.
Oh dear.
I definitely don't feel okay. He's gonna feel the liquid on his upper lip. What the hell?
Ridwin's going to offer you his handkerchief, and he's going to say, I don't know what it is with all of this magically induced amnesia bullshit, but I'm starting to get tired of it. It feels like absolutely no one knows what's going on.
So, we going on a meeting with some bird people then, or what's
What?
happening?
What? I don't even know how to like.
What?
What?
Bird people, bird people, bird people.
The red panda is making little squeaking sounds and chanting with you.
All I can think of is that new meme, that Akira meme. Leave me alone.
Or we could just sit here in this barn all day, Minerva says under her breath, watching you guys. Okay, seriously, what are we doing? Liam says.
That's a great question. Solon, do you think it would be a better idea to not do this or do it?
Solon's visibly distracted right now.
I don't think Solon's great. Solon! Hey! Earth to
He-
Solon?
He's gonna blink and shake his head. Sorry,
I
just I
believe...
just remembered something else.
What did you remember?
The last thing he said to me before he left. He said he saw something in me specifically, but when I didn't bring down the wolf, he realized that.
Could I replay that memory for him as Axel's voice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
that'd be interesting.
Oh.
Fighting through the migraine pain, trying to make it clear.
Leave me alone! Ah!
Yeah.
Alright. So, a voice in the back of your head surfaces. You. It was you. I thought I saw myself in you, but really you were just a pitiable fool. The moment you all crossed the threshold, your fates were sealed. But you are a dead man walking. I should have finished what the wolf started with you.
Your migraine worsens as you hear these words. All you can think about is the flash of that wrapping coming off of that sword. You remember Axel going against the wolf just before you blacked out. And you remember his voice, the last thing you heard.
I don't know how to interpret it. I guess I'm gonna say it word for word back. Like, I'm just gonna whisper it through the pain. You. It was you.
What-
thought I saw myself in you, but you really were just a pitiable fool. The moment you all crossed the threshold, your fate was sealed, and you are but a dead man walking. I should have finished what the wolf started with you. And I'm gonna like go down to my knee at that point because the migraine's just getting worse.
Apollyon sort of like recoils back for a moment as well, and he says, what the hell? Sort of reflexively, Apollyon manifests in his hand, aimed at Solon.
The rest of you see this as Apollyon brandishes his scythe in Solon's direction and not in a friendly way.
He
Apollyon?
pulls back immediately when he realizes what he did.
What the hell is happening?
I
could
don't
ask
know,
you
it
that
just keeps
same
getting
question.
weirder and weirder, Liam says under his breath.
I could ask
Uh.
Solon that same question, to be honest.
It's the last thing he said to me before he disappeared. Wiping the blood from my nose, getting off the floor. You seem to recognize it. I don't know what to make of it.
Wonderful. That means that we're going to have to deal with the asshole fragment of Apollyon.
You mean there's
wow,
more
I
than
thought
one?
Seriously, I thought there was only one.
Or all of them were assholes.
You just hear Abaddon snickering in the background.
Oh boy. And I thought 2 was enough.
There's just more things wrong with me, and now it's going into Solon's mind as well. I am so sorry about what my fragment did to you.
What did he do? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, to be honest. Well, that aside, it's you choose what we do next. Do we interact with the Sokolovs or do we not? It's your show, Golden Boy.
Solon. An
I froze in real life.
extra thick stream
I froze.
of pain flashes behind your eyes for just a minute.
It is Apollyon within like physical reach.
I'd say he's like a good 3-4 feet away.
I'm going to
Whatever you want to do it, because I want to watch.
just out of like sheer reflex, I'm going to attempt to grab his like collar, like.
Oh, okay.
Apollyon looms over you with how tall he is, so this is gonna be kind of
Does he?
comical. But go ahead, do it.
I didn't know the height difference.
Yeah, he.
How to talk to short people.
Yeah.
So, I guess we can counter roll each other.
Yeah, please do. I want to see it. I want to see it.
I got an 8. Or no, sorry, that's a 13. That's a dex.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
Okay, get fucked.
I'm gonna let you describe how that looks.
So, that's a good question, actually. For a moment, as you're rushing up to Apollyon, you see his eyes look absent, as if they belong to someone else. And then, as he notices you out of the corner of his eye, he just pulls back at sort of like within the same motion as you, so it was just a perfect reaction. He just pulls back and steps away, and he looks at you surprised. And he says, "Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What did I say?"
What do you
Do
mean?
I
What did you
recogn-
say? You don't
do-
know?
do-
Liam says, gesturing between you two.
Hold on. Do I recognize the different eyes?
Roll me a memory check.
19.
Yes.
They appear to dilate and look almost cat-like.
As I'm walking, like before his eyes change back, I'm going like as I'm approaching him, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you.
Did somebody? What's going on here? Are we fighting? Is this what's happening right now?
I would prefer that we not try to kill each other.
What did I say something? What happened? I lost sight of myself for a moment.
I'll say, Liam says.
Oh, thank you.
How do you how do you have me gripped? I don't remember you saying.
Oh, he didn't grab you. He just stepped
Oh,
away.
okay.
Yeah,
It
he
was sort
just
of a perfect
yeeted
motion.
out the way. Perfectly.
Mm-hmm. With cat-like reflexes.
I'm gonna realize that your eyes changed back. Like you were him for a second.
I was who?
He was here.
Who was here? And
Axel.
Axel? What do you mean? Axel's just a human, isn't he?
That's what I thought.
Wait, how do I
Had
know
his
that?
eyes, and you referred to me the way he referred to me.
How?
This is getting a little too much for me. Minerva says and walks toward the door.
Well,
What, you don't like internal trauma?
I've
I
had
suppose
plenty, thank you. She says, walking outside.
I suppose this is a bigger reason for me to hunt down this strange human and take that sword from him. You said the sword's name was Yaldabaoth?
Mm-hmm. That's what he referred it to it as.
The demonic rune of control. Axel's being possessed.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
And he
That's gonna
just
be-
controlled you,
And with
stopping
the
it
power,
from controlling you again.
and with the fragments of the late King of Wrath, that is definitely a recipe for catastrophe. So, shit.
Of all the things that I wanted to do, having to beat you up was not one of them.
That's fair. That's fair.
On that, we
Um,
don't agree. Liam says under his breath.
Well, back to what I was saying. What are we doing? What's the plan here? I'm leaving it up to
I-
Solon.
If I may,
Wolf of
I believe that our best bet would be to go and speak with the Sokolovs. We need more information, and unfortunately, I do not think the Ark is going to give it to us except if we side with them, and I fear that by the time we do, it'll be too late to make any other decisions.
I see. Well,
And I hate to say it, but just based on pure numbers, if the Ark helped us, we'd be fighting 2 entire countries. We'd have to deal with everyone else here and the bugs. I fear that we wouldn't be able to survive such a circumstance.
Hmm.
However, if we can get the assistance, the resources of at least a couple of these factions, well, we would have a much, much better fighting chance. I am not suggesting necessarily that we need to choose sides right now, but I think we should try and keep the Ark from finding out that we're having this meeting and hear these people out.
I think I might have an idea.
By all means.
So, even though this is generally a bad idea, I think we could split up, send a small group to do this meeting, and the others can distract the oak and keep them from trailing the rest of us.
Are you crazy? Liam says, looking at you.
Well, it's
We
better than the oak
already
finding
have a
out.
tiny group right now, and you want to split us up in a country that none of us are familiar with, no offense, Solon, and go do two separate things in two entirely separate areas, not knowing when we're going to meet back up together. Not knowing what we're against.
Keeping
We
the
also
oak.
have no means of communicating with each other, so if
Yeah.
something goes south,
Also,
we
are we
wouldn't
going to
be
talk
able to-
about the fact that Pridwin had a total freak out when we tried to cross the border? Lunala hasn't said more than 4 words today at all and is acting really sus. We've got a weird white-haired girl walking around that seems to like Solon but is having some major issues.
Well, that's
Don't even get me
most of the-
started on Xavier.
Well, that's most of the white-haired women we have in our group, so that's nothing new.
Lunala glares
Well.
at you.
Paige
Well,
finishes another clanking, hammering with whatever she's making upstairs.
And don't get me started on her, he says, pointing up.
Well, we have two problems. One, we can risk getting murdered by the oak, or risk getting murdered in the wilderness. So,
Here's the thing. We don't know if they're going to spy on us. If they do, we have at least one person who we could potentially have help us out. Someone who could misdirect them. We wouldn't need to send half of our party to keep them occupied. We could simply ask Solon's friend to do it for us.
well,
Friends, Liam says with finger quotes.
there's also an issue of trust. Last time Solon went out and did a mission like this, well, a lot of people died, so I'm not sure they can exactly trust us very much. More of just a convenient agreement.
A lot of people turn to look at you when you say this. What do you mean a lot of people died? You were just asking Solon what happened last time he was here and said you didn't know.
That's a great question, actually.
Solon, what is he talking about?
Right. More people did die.
Is anybody else put off by the fact that he's saying this so casually?
I hate to break it to you, but a lot of the things we do have rather high mortality rates.
Not like this one, but I'm not going to explain it for him.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I get some sort of explanation, Liam says, crossing his arms. That look of aggression is back on his face. Like, back when y'all used to know him from the early days.
I suppose.
Minerva balances him out, and Minerva is no longer in here.
I can't give you exact numbers, but it was an entire town plus
Your castle.
several. What about my castle?
Your home.
I haven't told anyone about that.
He hasn't.
So why do you know about it?
Bits like fragments, I suppose. I don't know what's been going on with me the last few weeks, but I know some things now, I suppose.
Perhaps being in proximity to his fragment is making him have memories.
Curious. I'm wondering if my experience with the same fragment has done the same. Anyway, I guess since it's been brought up, I have no choice but to share that information.
Yeah, everyone is staring at you expectantly.
Very.
I don't know much because my father fled without even attempting to defend the town. The whole reason we were in London was because of that. Who has the map?
Oh,
I think Pridwin.
Pridwin was trying to figure out where the coordinates were, so he has it. If you ask for it, he'll hand it to you.
Me, let me see the map for a second.
Of course.
The big red circle. He's gonna point at the big red circle on the map.
So
Right here,
in the art channel, there is a complete map. There's two maps. The one on the left with all of the Beastlands, Castle Orlov underneath Moscow is where he is acknowledging.
Yeah. This is where I'm from. We were the, I guess, ruling family at the time. My father was the Duke. And one day, the town was attacked and burned. My mother was killed, and my father ran like the coward he is.
I know a lot about coward fathers. Continue.
As far as I'm aware, nobody but us survived. Myself, my two sisters, and my father. Once I thought we were ready, I gathered myself and a team of other displaced students from the UK branch, and we went back. Since after hearing rumors of the wolf again and its rampages through the countryside, we couldn't. Okay, is that in my head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's gonna like visibly twinge at a thought that he's not gonna say out loud. Against the better wishes of my older sister, we went back to fight him, to find the wolf, and yes, get revenge. And somewhere along the way, we met this man named Axel, who said he had encountered the wolf before and was willing to help us to avenge his team. And on that trip, we went back to the castle with the hope, the assumption that not everyone had died. Some had survived somewhere within the walls, within the keep. But we were wrong. Everyone was dead. If you considered what they were dead. That's where we first met this group of hunters. Where I first encountered Iskra, brother Zukar, and their father. They tried to warn me. They tried to warn us. We weren't ready. I blew them off. And on the recommendation of Axel, we went to this other town to find more volunteers to help us. In the hopes that we would amass some sustainable militia to fight this pure thieving evil to stand a better chance. But the inn we were staying at, Iskra caught up to us and warned us to leave because that town was their next target. So I gave them a choice. All the students a choice. Stand and fight, or leave. Nobody would think of them differently. They all chose to stand. For my... How should I put it? Oh, what's the word? For my ego, for my ignorance, what's the word I'm trying to think of? And in my hubris of us thinking we were ready, we could fight them, we were students of the academy. We were trained for this. I got them all killed. Every single one of them, the villagers, the students, all relying on me to keep them safe. Now they're either dead or a part of that thing. And he slowly looking down at his hand, like flexing his prosthetic. Now my older sister's gone. My younger sister might be beyond repair. But I got to live. The one who caused it all. My punishment was living with the choices that I've made. And now we're back, trying to find him again. And I can tell you this right now, none of you are ready for what's out there. None of you. So yes, my vote is to stay here with the hunters.
I'm
Do
with
not cross
Solon.
into the Beastlands.
I'm with Solon, but that's for my own personal reasons.
Let me specify to you. You are in the Beastlands already.
Yeah.
You've been in the Beastlands this whole time.
Oh, okay. I
And
didn't
the
realize you crossed.
the Beastlands is the Ox domain as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Or further into the Beastlands, I should say.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that the Ark are gonna give us any more of a chance to deal with this thing.
Unfortunately, I have a personal mission now, so I must stick with Solon.
You don't even know if this person you're looking for is with the Ock or not.
Yes, but if I have a chance of finding them, it's with Solon. Weird how fate works like that.
Wait, one more thing. Apollyon,
Yes.
you said you needed to tell something to Solon when you came back from your teleportation the other night. Said
did.
something about a girl?
Cassie?
No, that wasn't it. You said she looked like him. Something about... You got summoned by the squirrels, but not Ratatosker.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna roll a memory check real quick. That is a 14.
It's enough. Do I need to remind you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Solon. Does the name Anastasia mean anything to you?
Solon like snaps out of the like distraction of him reliving the events. How do you know that name?
Last time I was pulled over to the squirrels' side, one of the squirrels handed me a note that said this girl was immune. And the name was Anastasia. Long white hair torn up. She lives, but she's not doing great.
Where is she?
Well, my sense of direction is a little off when I go to the squirrel side, but No, I'm not entirely certain where she was. Wherever the squirrels were during the end of their mission.
Where was that?
You
That's a great question.
said something about a facility, but
Right. Sort of like a zoo. There was cages. There was in a piece of paper we had that I came back with.
Everybody fishes around for their piece of paper.
Where's the piece of paper?
I don't know who had the piece of paper last, to be fair.
I think Pridwin did. He usually carries.
I feel like Pridwin carries all the notes that y'all get all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
why do I always get handed these things?
The information document. There it is.
Hang on. Right, that was tacked on at the end of the main document, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on. No, it wasn't.
Where is it? I know they gave Apollyon
I mean-
information about it.
From memory, I know. Oh wait, actually, we would be able to put together. Fridwin would probably like, while looking through the information note, trying to see if it was in that. He'll say, "Wait, the squirrels mentioned a zoo in this document as well. A location referred to as Kletki that the humans that were working with the bugs were using as some sort of prison."
Near yes, I remember there was some sort of it was cages everywhere. There was lots of animals, and I couldn't recount if there were any other humans other than Anastasia, but she was there.
This is important. That means, 1, she's alive. 2, we know where she's being held. And 3, she's immune to the disease.
We can create a cure for it.
We're going there first.
I am very sorry, Solon, but I don't think we'd be able to get in there.
And then we fight our way in.
I hate to break it to you, but we would be going through a veritable army, possessing an infectious disease which I don't even know how quickly it acts.
Pidge, would you like to roll me a memory check?
So be it.
We are not going on a suicide mission.
The squirrels have
What,
already
you
been
mean like this one? Liam says.
This one we might be able to walk out of alive. That one, I know for certain we would not.
Well, not if the wolf has anything to say about it.
You say Page roll memory check?
Yes, Pidge, roll a memory check.
Stop saying those things. I'm going to fight you.
Me? What did I do?
No, he's talking about me.
Oh.
You're welcome, Solon. I'm just trying to add flavor to your character, okay?
Flavor.
Yeah. I'm making
it's nothing that therapy can't fix.
Hey, I'm a demon. We're not really good at therapy. If you want therapy from a demon, you're coming to the wrong place. We're just gonna keep like stacking your problems on top of each other until you figure them out.
That's right. That's another shard, isn't it? It's the therapist Apollyon.
No, that's Abaddon.
There you go.
Abaddon should not be therapist Apollyon.
No, if you want to see actual therapist Apollyon, you're gonna have an even worse time. Because it exists, it's just not. You don't want to meet them. You might one day, though. Also, actually, DM, from this entire encounter, did Apollyon ever gain any madness points from that?
From which?
All of
everything
the
that just
shit?
happened now, yeah.
Okay.
I would say you gained You gain double points, right?
Yeah.
Let's just put it at the whole experience is 1, which will give you 2.
Okay.
That puts you at 4, right? Hold on.
Wait, what?
That puts you at 4 total points, doesn't it? Or does it just put you at the 2?
Oh no, it does put me at 4. I just deleted the ones I had before because I wasn't sure if they recovered yet or not, but...
You had gained those from your time with the squirrels.
Right.
So
That's
you
right.
wouldn't have recovered them, because that just happened.
Yeah, I had 4 before I actually... before I deleted them.
Oh! Well, that's a
Yeah.
problem!
That is a problem, so,
Oh god.
I'm at 6.
Let's see!
Alright,
That
are we gonna have
means
to knock
that
Apollyon out?
you get to roll a D100 for me.
Oh.
Oh,
And
fuck,
a
we're gonna have-
D10.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have to knock Apollyon out.
Roll the
so that
D10
is-
first.
The T10 is a 6.
Okay.
The D100 is a 43.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what that does. Oh!
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Okay, here's what's happening to you.
Uh-huh. I'm scared. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Apollyon's just really silent now.
Where were we?
Yeah, Apollyon is gonna try to just speak out loud.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. He says, is it hot in here or is it just me?
So all of you, you just hear this garbled, horrific, multi-toned,
It's-
multi-voiced, demonic sound come out of his mouth.
Oh, do you want me to do it?
Oh, go ahead if you want to. I figured you were
Here,
going
hold
to.
Oh, I can do
I
it.
was giving
Here,
you
hold
the perfect opportunity, like.
on. Yeah, here, one sec. I need to find it. There it is. Do you guys understand me?
The voice changer isn't working.
It is not. Hold on, I'm fixing it. Hold on. I don't know why it's not working. Hold on. Oh, that's why.
Oh.
Okay. No. What the fuck?
I love technical difficulties.
Jeez.
Wouldn't be a session without them.
Sure. Oh, that's why.
Oh?
Are all the tabs at the bottom of the application flipped on that you need on?
No.
And
Shit.
Oh!
there you go. Yep. Perfect.
Oh.
Okay. This one.
Yeah, so you guys just hear incomprehensible, horrifying demon speak coming out of Apollyon's mouth.
Fridwin is looking at Apollyon like a startled cat right now. What the fuck? Apollyon?
Hey.
Are you feeling alright?
He's just looking at you, really confused.
I can't understand you. You're speaking in some sort of tongues.
Liam puts his hand on your shoulder for a minute, relieved, and goes, "Oh, thank God, I thought it was just me. I thought I was having a stroke or something."
He sort of just shrugs.
Is... Can any of you speak demonic?
Everybody's looking around in confusion.
Fridwin's going to, like, talk in his own head. And he's going to say, Isadora?
Roll me a d20.
Alright. 18?
You hear a response. Ew.
Can you understand him?
Unfortunately.
Quite non-intelligent rascals.
I hate that.
What is he saying?
You don't want to know.
Should we be worried?
Probably.
Hey, you,
But not
Abaddon.
about him.
I got your piece of TNT for you.
Caputule.
Okay, here it is. TNT flies from the rafters.
Oh my God.
I was speaking Latin.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to not summon an actual demon while I'm on stream, okay?
It's okay, I'm already the actual demon.
Oh God. You're
So
right.
that's why I caught some words that I thought I recognized. Like,
Yes, I was speaking Latin.
God.
Why do I understand part of these words? I can't make out the rest of them.
It's his experience with Axel.
Ah.
Yes.
Edwin just clears his throat and he says, well, I don't know what's going on with you.
The only
But-
thing Solon would understand is what and happen.
Right, so he's having a psychotic break. Can we go to the bird people now, or?
Oh, that's nothing. It can get worse.
I think we should probably go talk to the birds now.
Great, Liam says. I'm gonna go find my girlfriend. And he walks outside.
Apollyon is just looking down at his hands, confused.
Edwin just, like, puts a hand on your shoulder and he
My brother,
try-
you are not okay.
he says, Isadora said that we don't need to worry about it.
Okay, so here's what I'm imagining. You've got your hand on his shoulder. Bandit climbs up over your shoulders, walks out onto your arm a little bit, and does the little 2 eyes into his and 2 eyes into your eyes, Apollyon. And then he does little fingers walking, like 2 fingers. And then he, like, puts his thumbs together and does, like, wings flapping. And then he does, like, the talking symbol with one hand. And then he gives you a thumbs up. And then he walks back onto Pridwin's shoulder.
Apollyon gives a thumbs up back.
What
Bandit.
just happened?
Bandit critted.
Apollyon understands. Though Apollyon is having a psychotic break.
Apollyon understands, but does he want to understand? He understands too much. Anyway, you guys gonna go towards the bird people? You have managed, by the way, at this point to figure out where the fuck the coordinates are.
Yeah, how far away are they from here?
So, on your handy dandy map, let's see. So, you guys are, I don't have Sedova on the giant map with all the Beastlands stuff. You guys are like right underneath Epic Centaur on the middle line separating the Beastlands from the rest of Russia. It is maybe 10 miles from where you guys currently are. More north, kind of towards Sokolov, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a hike, but I mean, it's like 10 miles is not unbearable compared to where it could have been. They could have made you go all the way to Sokolov, so.
It's going to be a long walk, but we should be able to get there in the day.
Lunala just nods and starts to head for the door.
Let's get everything packed up.
I mean, you guys were doing that before everything happened, so you guys should be pretty good to go, I would say.
Fair enough. Pridwin's just gonna go around and try and see if he can find everybody.
Has Paige finished her project?
Yes, finally.
It's a, as far as I'm aware, it's a logging exosuit.
Okay.
So just got 2 clamps and support so that you can actually carry the log,
Fair enough.
and then a chainsaw. It makes a bunch of noise when it runs.
Ugh, okay. So yeah, you guys, get all your shit together and meet outside in the abandoned village. There is one other matter I would remind you guys that you have to attend to, which is the white-haired girl who is pacing on the outside edge of the village.
We should, probably get her to help us in some way. Make sure that we're not being tracked by her comrades.
Judging by the look on her face, I would say she doesn't like you, pointing at Apollyon, or you, pointing at Solon. Besides, didn't we get permission to go roaming around from that lady who was in charge anyway, so we could hunt shit? You really think they're gonna be pissed off at us for doing exactly what they told us to do?
Yes, but I am worried that if there's somebody tracking us, then they might notice something's off.
Liam shrugs.
Then again, Pridwin looks over. If she's the one tracking us, then we have a perfect opportunity to, get out of here.
She's coming with us.
Good luck
If you
convincing her of
insist.
that, Minerva says under her breath.
You will need to convince her that speaking with her sworn enemies is a good idea.
That's all you, homie, Liam says, slapping her back and shoving you towards her.
Apollyon is gonna write down a note that says, "Why can't I understand you guys?" But it's still in Latin.
Yeah, it is in gibberish. It looks like if you've seen like the Wolf of Moscow, like the glitch text that I have in the face claims, that's what you're seeing.
Fucking
Or it's
Zalago
like-
text.
Yeah,
You're
it's
actually-
gross. It's horrible.
I'm gonna
Where's
write
Herb
out-
when you need him?
I have a. Hold on. I'm gonna write out the note in demon runes because I actually created a whole demon alphabet.
Lord have mercy.
Nice.
Anyway, Solon, you've been
It's,
thrown towards Iskra, who is walking on the edge of the village.
This might be better if we just head that way and we just tell her halfway there where we're going.
You see
If-
Lunala and Minerva make eye contact from behind you, Bridwin. Both of them cringe.
I hate to break it to you, but I think that might be a terrible idea.
Huh?
But if you want to suffer the consequences, I'm not going to stop you.
I'll talk to her.
Good luck.
I'm gonna walk over to Iskra.
She is pacing. She looks towards you when you get close, and she narrows her eyes at you.
Look, I know I'm the last person you probably want to talk to. Heading out.
She lifts her brow at you.
Something happened, then the Okay. While we were talking earlier, I guess the Sokolov family, the Sokolov house, sent us a note and they want to meet.
Roll me a perception check. Also, anybody who's watching him have this conversation, if you would like to roll a perception check.
15.
It doesn't look like it's going well.
Oh, he is going to die.
Solon, you watch as her eye begins to twitch. She slowly takes a step backwards from you.
Look, yes, I know. Something tells me you didn't put it together, but that castle where we first met, that was my home. I am from here. I know what they're capable of. My vote was against it. We're going. They have information that can help us, or if they want to help us. More people to help fight this evil. Set aside your differences another day.
They never give anything for free.
I know that.
So keep in mind it's gonna cost you.
I'm well aware.
I ought to report this.
But you're not going to.
And why not?
I think even you know it's against your better judgment, but you trust me in some capacity.
I hate it when you're right.
Let us do this. And if we come back and you don't like the information that we share, you can tell whoever you're required to tell.
Fine. You
Or
can count on it, she says, and starts walking past you toward the group.
oh, she's coming with us. Okay. I was going to say, or you could just come with us.
You guys watch as she's pissed. She's pissed at Solon, and all of a sudden they say something to each other, and then she just starts walking towards you guys.
I was expecting him to get punched.
I considered it, she says, and you realize that even from where she is, she has heard you talking.
Fair enough.
Are we going, or what?
I suppose we should.
Iskra makes eye contact with you, Apollyon, and glares and turns her back on you and starts walking with the group. Where are
He
we
just
going,
shrugged.
anyways?
I believe it might be a town?
Could you be more specific?
Some location called Brandy Mug?
She lifts a brow. Why would
If
they
you...
request to meet there? Doesn't make any sense. That's not on their turf.
Perhaps they feel like it would be suitably neutral?
Neutral. In Volkov territory.
Oh. That is questionable. I mean, it is closer to us than their territory is, but...
Look, I already told Solon, but this is a terrible idea. And I'm just stating it now so that I can say I told you so when everything goes to shit.
Well, I'm very sorry, but unfortunately we cannot trust anyone right now, including your faction. So we need to get as much information from as many people as possible.
My faction saved Solon's ass, first of all, and second of all, took you in even though we weren't supposed to. And offered to sponsor you. So, I don't know where this is coming from, but I find it highly offensive.
I mean no offense. The fact is, I just have concerns.
Well, great. That puts us on even ground then.
Very well. Pridwin just turns around and starts
I'm just
walking.
gonna. I'm just gonna like look at Polly like, what the fuck?
Just random ass scribblings. I love it
That's
so
the
much.
It's a part of the demonic alphabet that I made.
Oh my god.
Okay, next time you're coherent,
He
we
just-
translate. We make a Rosetta Stone for this.
You have no idea what
Yeah.
Solon's saying.
Yeah, Apollyon is just pointing at the note frantically.
Aggressively waving note around.
I'm just gonna like give him a thumbs up and shake my head yes.
He's just like, he shrugs in anger. He's like, ah.
You
His
see?
response is in the,
Shrugs in angry.
Oh yeah, Pidge sent you something in the group text log.
Yeah, I saw that.
You do not understand binary though.
Yeah, no, he looks at it and he looks even more irritated. He like throws his hands up.
You have no idea why there are numbers on the paper, but you do recognize they're numbers of some sort.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up to Pridwin and he's gonna like point at the note frantically.
Pridwin, you were
What?
looking at the note that Apollyon wrote. It makes absolutely no sense to you.
Do you have any idea how little sense this makes?
Oh my god.
He's
Iskra
going-
kind of cuts out in front of you guys to lead the way, by the way, while you're having this conversation. So.
Apollyon is going to summon Abaddon and he's going to point at the symbols on the scythe and then point at the symbols on the paper.
Abaddon looks at the paper and looks at where you're pointing, and she goes, what's going on? I don't understand why you're being so weird.
He looks at her. Wait, is she speaking in normal tongues?
Not to them, but to you.
Oh, okay.
She's the first person you've heard that's speaking normal to you.
Yeah, he like shrugs to her and he says, "I'm trying to get them to understand this paper."
I don't know. It makes perfect sense to me.
To you, but we don't understand them. Try talking to them.
Abaddon, you see her, like, her eyes form in the scythe, and that maniacal grin begin to spread the blade edge of the scythe. What's up with you losers? You hear nonsensical demon speech coming out of the scythe now.
Oh god, she's doing it too.
What
I
the
can't
fuck is wrong with him? Why does he sound like that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's kind of funny. I didn't think he could get any dumber.
Oh boy. He's like frantically pointing at the note now to Pridwin.
Is this some sort of joke? Are you trying to prank me or something?
He's pointing at the part on his arm where your shield would be.
He looks at the paper and he says, Isadora, can you read this?
You do not get a response from Isadora. Also, I will be right back. My dogs are demanding to go outside.
God damn it.
Pridwin just like taps to his head and then shrugs.
God.
Pulls out a stick of dynamite. This work?
Ah, yes. I'm personally excited for his madness to get higher, but be prepared when it does.
I'm not looking forward to having to beat Apollyon up.
You won't have to beat him up, but yeah, things will happen.
I don't know, man.
You won't have to beat him up. Most likely.
Most likely.
Not unless, like, if we're in combat when it happens, then you won't have to fight me. If we're not, I wish you all the best.
Oh boy.
And you will probably have to beat me up, and I hope you succeed. You probably will. But still.
Yeah.
Won't go into detail.
Sorry about that. He was like pulling me out of the chair.
Yeah.
Alright, what did I miss? Are you guys just losing it over Apollyon at this point?
Yeah, Pridwin and Apollyon are just like desperately trying to communicate with each other.
Cool. There we go. Is there anything else you guys want to do on this this hike?
Um, Apollyon is just frantically trying to communicate.
So you guys begin hiking, and it's a long walk. I mean, 10 miles, it ain't short, but I mean it wasn't miserable either. At least it's nice and cool out. You guys make it to the town around let's say like evening-ish. It appears to be abandoned. Which seems to be a very common state with all of the villages you've run into so far.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. Iskra says, shrugging.
This is foreboding.
Yeah, this is pretty normal, especially for Volkov.
They just don't have a lot of their settlements settled?
I don't think you
They ate
understand.
them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it.
I see.
See that whole turning into beasts thing? That's like happening to everyone, not just us.
Mm.
And if you lose it, then she trails off for a minute. You see like the cogwheels turning behind her eyes as if she wants to say something and can't. You're taken care of. She finally finishes.
I mean, if this is a problem for everybody, then you'd think that they'd be able to set aside their differences for once.
What do you mean the houses?
I mean
You crazy?
everybody. A plague wipes half your people out. I would be inclined to try to work something out with my enemies.
You're acting like this is something that's been going on for a long
Well, if it's new, maybe not a lot of people know about it, but presented with it, I'd imagine that people would be more inclined to cooperate.
Yeah, you don't know people around here very well. Cooperation isn't exactly our strong suit. Anyway, go do whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna stay over here. I don't want to be a part of this. You guys gonna head into the town?
Reluctantly.
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
Okay. So you guys start walking into this town, and it looks unlike Sedova, which, you know, had all the people murdered in it like yesterday. This one has been abandoned for some time. I mean, there are no signs of, you know, fire, no signs of life really. I mean, the dilapidated buildings are weathered. Nobody has repaired them in years. Roll me perception checks. Anybody who wants to look around.
16.
8.
1.
God, Pidge made some more toast, and
Yeah.
she's just really into the toast.
Apollyon is over her shoulder, just watching.
Desperately watching the toast.
Yeah, he's also like pointing at the note, but she's like not noticing.
She does not care about the note. There is only toast.
He
Also, the
marked-
red panda has been staying with Pidge this whole time because Pidge is supplying toast. The red panda is also eating toast.
The Apollyon made an attempt to write something on the toast by like burning it onto the
Yeah.
toast, and Pidge just stares at it for a second and then takes a bite.
It's the demon rune for help.
As you
But you
do
don't
that,
understand it.
you look down and you see the red panda is pointing at her toast too.
God.
So yeah, you guys, I don't think anybody has a high enough perception actually to notice this.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So,
Wait.
you guys go walking into the village. It's abandoned. You're not noticing a whole lot. And then, as you guys are just starting to think like that you're getting pranked, you hear a voice come from somewhere above you.
Not
Which
another
is
voice.
very trippy for you guys. Yeah, Apollyon, you don't understand a word of this.
Yeah.
You hear a masculine voice speak to you and say, well, I didn't think you'd actually show. Color me impressed.
Apollyon speaks in demon tongues and shrugging.
I must be honest, it was against my better judgment. Now it's rather rude to speak from the shadows.
I'm not.
Pidge is looking
You
around.
simply
while,
haven't been able to spot me yet. You turn, trying to follow the voice, and sitting at the apex of one of the crumbling roofs nearby, you see this guy. If I can get it to pull up. Please? There we go. This guy. He's just chilling.
Ah.
Sitting. Kind of really relaxed stance, kind of leaned back. His arms are kind of resting on his crossed legs, and he's grinning down at you guys, looking kind of amused. As he...
Is he also in a bathroom?
No, sorry. I don't have a lot of options, okay? Leave me alone.
Steps out of a fucking bathroom stall.
He's in the fucking bathroom of this building that's been abandoned. That's where he's speaking to you from. Like, the roof is
Yeah,
just
in a
gone.
wall.
He's just
Walls
in the bathroom.
collapsed.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just
sitting
there.
on the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. He is. He's sitting on the counter of this bathroom. Forget the roof that
Okay.
I said.
Yeah.
Pidge points in the direction of the guy. Points in the direction of the guy, does that whole sort of accusatory insult stance, and then mumbles something into the toast in her mouth.
Angry gremlin noises.
Apollyon also does the same thing, but he doesn't really know what's going on.
Right.
Well-
I take it you are the more intelligent ones in this group. He says, pointing towards, like, Pridwin, Solon, the ones on that side of the group.
Apollyon in Demon Speak says, I don't know what he said, but I feel like I should be offended.
No,
You
I
do
mean,
speak. You do speak this language, right? You understand me. Maybe I expected too
Shrug.
much of you.
He shrugs.
Yes.
Oh,
To your statement, it depends, but yes, I understand you.
good. Good. I suppose you figured out who I represent.
I think I can put it together. Are you one of the Falcons?
House Sokolov sends its regards.
yes, we had an unpleasant encounter with some of your scouts, exterminators.
Well, that was your own fault then.
They attacked some of our assets. We had to defend them.
Like that thing, he says, and there's this predatory gleam in his eyes as Bandit peeks out from around your shoulder.
I'll have you know that Bandit is a very lovely person.
He's a tasty little morsel, but that's beside the point. If he's not infected, then we don't have a problem. But don't leave him unattended. I am rather peckish from my journey.
Edwin just kind of like slowly steps in front of Bandit.
He's like on your shoulder.
He just like slowly slides Bandit closer to his shoulder. I'll keep that in mind.
Right, to business then. Did you bring the scroll?
Pridwin pulls out the scroll. Yes,
Good,
I did.
then you're capable of transporting things. Excellent. You've proven yourself for the first part of this. You see, Sokolov has a bit of an errand that needs doing, and should you, I don't know, be willing to accept this little to-do, then I might be able to arrange some sort of invite to the territory.
You need us to be couriers.
Well, that's part of it.
Very well. Then what's this other part?
What do you know of House Sokolov and our doings?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not from this country, so I'm not very aware. However, my compatriot is at least somewhat knowledgeable.
Oh, I'm very sure that the Auk representative you brought with you could tell you quite a bit. That predatory gleam in his eyes is aggressive.
We are neutral with the Ark at the moment.
We'll see. Well, let me fill you in. Above all things, we value the pursuit of knowledge. One of our prized scrolls was taken by one of our ex-members. If you were to retrieve this scroll and deal with the person who took it, then that scroll would grant you entry into our territory, and I could arrange perhaps a meeting with the lady in charge.
Ah, I see. So it is bounty work that you need us to do.
You can call it what you like.
Very well. So you need us to track down this individual.
No need to track, we know where he is.
I see. Then go to them, retrieve the scroll, and then bring it to your border or back here?
Back here. If you're successful, then you'll be granted passage. And trust me, House Sokolov is far more welcoming than House Volkov in this state. In fact, I'd recommend that you get out of this territory as soon as possible. You have no idea what's prowling around here.
We may have seen a few things. We are certainly not keen on sticking around.
Well then. He pulls a piece of paper with 2 fingers out of his jacket pocket, sets it on the counter in front of him, and steps back from it. Those are the coordinates. If you have trouble finding it, I'm sure your lovely Auk friend will be able to guide you. See that she doesn't cause problems.
I'm quite certain that she will not.
Well, let's just say you don't know the Auk like we do.
Very well. I suppose we will be back with what you sought.
He simply backs away from this counter so that you can have the note.
Pridwin will step up and pick it up, examine it.
It is more coordinates.
He pulls out the map and sighs.
As you are pulling out the map and beginning to look, you hear a fluttering of wings. It is very loud from beside you.
Looks up startled.
You see that this man that was in front of you, 2 enormous wings have spread from his shoulders. These brownish white feathers. That predatory gleam is back in his eyes. Oh, and one more thing. Don't open the scroll. And don't be tempted by whatever she tells you.
We will keep that in mind.
For just a second, the wings kind of curl around him, and then he just shoots into the air and disappears.
Well, that was a interesting interaction.
Mm-hmm. That's the red panda next to you.
Okay, I apologize. I had another phone call. I missed all of that.
Just so you know, what Pidge said was the statues have eyes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Forgot about that quote. Thank you for giving me more nightmares.
So Solon, just to give you the rundown. Basically, we talked with the bird, and they want us to go hunt down a traitor that stole a scroll and bring back the scroll.
Did they tell you where?
Yeah, they gave us coordinates.
They also told you not to let the Ot girl cause problems, not to listen to what she tells you, and not to open the scroll. And also to deal with whoever took the scroll.
Yep. Goodwin's probably going to start heading outside while he's trying to figure out where these coordinates are.
You head outside. All of you are kind of grouped together now as Pridwin is holding a map and looking very confused. Would you like to ask Iskra for help?
Yeah. He'll head over
Yeah.
to Iskra and say, well, it seems like everyone's getting what they want.
Believe it or not, she was not spying on you guys at all. She actually stayed on the edge of town.
They want us to hunt one of their own.
She squints. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
They're a traitor. They stole something of theirs. They want us to retrieve the item and deal with the traitor. Which means we'll have an item and a beast.
Let me see the paper I gave you. The coordinates on it.
He'll show the coordinates and also hold out the map.
So, she takes the paper and she, like, squints at the coordinates, and there's actually writing with the coordinates in Russian that you hadn't noticed because you were so irate about the coordinates. As she's looking at it, she, like, you see her face kind of light up with thought. And then she looks at the map and she goes, I know where this is, but it's not close. I suppose I could get us there, but we're gonna have to be careful about doing it.
I see. Might I ask where this location is?
It's a village. It's north of here, real close to the Volkov-Sokolov border. The village name is Zarga.
Do you know any details about the village? Is it
Well,
completely abandoned or particularly festering with beasts?
last I was aware, there were still humans that lived there. Perhaps it's not in the village, but somewhere very close to it. I don't know why anybody would flee to a human village. The humans aren't exactly fond of the beasts around here.
There could be many reasons.
She starts looking around thoughtfully. I need a tree. Help me look.
Okay. Pridwin starts looking for trees.
Roll for tree.
15.
You find tree. Tree is a little ways away from the village. You guys kind of like spread out and you were doing things, so you have found a pretty large tree with roots like all spread out above the ground and stuff. This thing looks old.
Is this one over here good enough?
Yeah, that'll do. gonna need you guys to leave. She smiles awkwardly.
Leave.
Yeah, not be here.
May I ask why?
No. Her eyes narrow on you.
Fine.
Look, do you want to get to the village or not?
If you insist.
Is anybody else gonna object to this, or y'all just gonna... Oh, by the way, Apollyon, as they are looking at this tree, you suddenly start understanding what's happening. Like, it's like mid-sentence for Pridwin. Like, you get the ask why, and suddenly you understand English again. If you didn't die.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Captain
sorry.
Apollyon. Oh, there he is.
I'm here. Yeah, he leaves out a deep breath and he says, "I can understand you guys again."
All of a sudden,
Oh.
Apollyon makes sense.
Good, I thought that you were pranking us or something.
No, I don't even know what happened.
What a little fucking crazy is what happened. Liam says under his breath.
You just started speaking in some sort of language. I thought I heard a piece of Latin in it, but
Oh, that was demonic runes, probably.
Yeah, I don't like the demon speak, Minerva says under his breath. Iskra's still standing there. She goes, "Are you leaving or not?"
we're working on it.
She looks stressed.
So, what are we searching for exactly?
Here, I'll tell you. Well, we walk.
She says the rest
That
of my
way.
patience as you're like pushing him away. So you guys start walking away. Is there what are the rest of you doing while Iskra has told you guys to fuck off? Kindly told you to fuck off.
Good question.
Yeah, what is everybody else doing?
Paige is eating toast, I'm assuming.
Apollyon is writing down on paper again.
Pidge is trying to tweak the toaster in Pine.
Oh. Are you trying to get it to leave the cool Apollyon rune on it now?
Yeah.
The demon toast.
The demon toast.
Demon
You know those
toast fits this
toasters that like leave the face of like Jesus or like words on toast? That's what she's doing
Yes.
with this, but just with Apollyon's rune. Oh my lord. Okay, so yeah, like I said, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Because this will take a minute.
Yeah, Pridwin's explaining what happened. Is basically the Sokolovs want us to hunt down a thief of theirs. Somebody who stole a scroll from them.
Oh,
They know where this individual is. They gave us the coordinates. They want us to collect the scroll, deal with the individual, and then bring the scroll back.
I see.
They also told us do not read the scroll. I'm assuming it's probably got some sort of horrible magic in it.
Mhm.
And they also said not to listen to this person when we encountered them. I am...
No, he was telling you not to listen to Iskra.
Oh. Told us not to listen to Iskra.
Why are you letting her do something with the tree?
I'm assuming she's making one of those gates, like the one we walked through.
Pidge blinks.
Remember when we walked through the tree and wound up underground?
Again blinks.
The giant subterranean city?
Blinks some more.
Please tell me you remember that.
DM?
Yeah, so after you guys were in Sedova, you ran into Iskra and Zukar, who took you guys back to the home base of the Auk, which you went through a root portal to get there. And you were
Ow.
in some sort of cave where there was, in fact, an underground village inside of this massive cave system.
Pidge does not remember any of that.
That's fine.
That was the latter half of last session. I think that you were only here for like half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have left for work at that point.
Yeah.
Can you stop trying to eat my fucking cereal? Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
God damn.
It's just very good cereal.
So yeah, you guys are talking about this, and there's this sudden crunch. Like, it is a visceral, like, you can feel it in your chest crunch. It almost hurts. It's a really good thing Douglas isn't here. Somewhere
Yeah.
in Japan, Douglas doubles over in pain.
It just kind of dry heaves. That was a horrible sound.
You see beside you, Lunala looks like she is in pain.
Are you alright?
She kind of has her hand against her nose and she just nods to you. Would any of you
Maybe-
like to go investigate?
I
Or
mean,
maybe
I'm
deal
assuming
with Lunala?
Pridwin's just trying to figure out what's going on with Lunala right now.
Yeah, she's not doing anything. She's just standing there, kind of hunched a teensy bit with the hand to her nose. That's about it.
Pridwin's going to like, are we? I'm assuming we're back in the building.
Yeah, you guys are like, you guys have just been in the village talking this whole time.
Yeah, Pridwin's going to like lean over and try and see if he can see what's going on at the tree.
Yeah, so, roll me a perception check.
Oh boy. 15.
You see, you know how sometimes in a sunset, it just gets really, really red? It's this red fading glow. That's what you see. There is this brilliant red glow that begins to recede. And that's all you can see from where you're at. You can only see a hint of the tree.
It's glowing red.
What? What are you
Should we
talking
do
about?
something about that? Liam says.
I mean, I'm assuming that's intentional. It's just concerning.
Nose goes. Liam says.
I am not going over that.
Send the Russian, he says, tossing a thumb at Solon.
Why don't we send the cat? Pointing over at Apollyon.
Oh, we could send the cat.
Okay, fine. I'll go. He transforms
Just-
into a cat reluctantly.
If you see something horrifying, just run away.
Uh-huh.
And don't tell us about it, Liam emphasizes.
Uh-huh.
So,
Good luck.
you start walking. You go through the buildings. You pounce up. gets through some debris, and as you clear the last edge of the village, you see it. That tree that you were standing by, the old gnarled one,
Mm-hmm.
has been transformed. The roots have curled upward to form this sort of archway in this horrifyingly unnatural position.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Iskra on the ground. There is the faintest hint of that red glow coming from her chest.
Are you okay?
She doesn't respond to you. Would you like to approach her?
Yes.
You move closer. You kind of pad up, and she's like chest down, like face down in the snow. And you kind of nudge her a little bit, and as you do, you see what looks to be tendrils of roots or vines coming up out of the ground, embedded into her. There is blood and this reddish energy draining into the root systems.
What are you doing?
She doesn't respond to you again.
Hello?
No response.
He's going to get closer and see what she's doing.
She's unconscious. Or at least she appears to be.
He's gonna look at where the red glow's coming from exactly, like
Her
pinpoint it.
chest. The
Her
roots
chest?
are embedded in her chest. And that glow is coming from her and going into them.
He's gonna roll perception on the glow,
Go ahead.
on the energy source. That is a 13.
Yeah, it seems like it's hers.
Mm.
And it seems like these roots are taking it.
Are they attacking her, or is she doing this deliberately?
Well, that's for you to determine.
All right. He's gonna look at where the roots are coming from, her or the tree.
From the ground.
From the ground.
Yep,
Oh
they're
shit.
coming
Okay.
up from the ground.
He's gonna go into human form and he's going to slash at the roots.
You roll me d20, actually.
All right. That is a 10.
You go to slash, and immediately a vice-like grip snaps to your wrist.
Okay, guys, I don't like this. Can somebody come over here?
It is her hand. There is a almost viciousness in the way she is holding your wrist. And you hear her voice, and it is weak, and it sounds like it is in horrendous pain, saying, "Don't. You have to let it finish."
Okay. He's gonna pull back.
I will say the rest of you did hear Apollyon shout.
Everyone's probably going to start running over there then.
She lets go of you as you hear footsteps starting to come from the village behind you, and suddenly the roots disappear into the ground. Just a snap, and they're gone. She curls onto her side, kind of gripping a hand to her chest, and she opens her eyes, and for a moment her eyes are glowing that strange reddish color. And then it fades, and instead, blood begins to trail from both of her nostrils. She starts coughing. You look back up at the tree, and the same archway that you guys passed through the first time, when you guys went into the ox home, it's the same kind of archway now, on the tree in front of you. The rest of you run up, and you see Apollyon standing there looking very uncomfortable, and Iskra is on the ground, not moving.
Yeah, don't
What?
touch her. We have to let this go on, apparently.
What in the world?
Don't ask me.
Wh-
It's
Fridwin's-
fine. You hear her voice finally. It's done.
Are you hurt?
I'll be fine. Roll an insight check.
Er, 17?
Yeah, that was a fucking lie.
I got a 20. Ha.
Yeah, that was a fucking lie!
Fridwin just
Not only are you, I will say with your nat 20, not only do you know that she doesn't seem okay to you, Lunala looks very uncomfortable. Like, Lunala has been quiet for most of today, which is unusual. I mean, not that she's quiet, but like this standoffish and upset. You haven't seen her like this. And she looks more and more uncomfortable the closer you guys have gotten to whatever this situation is.
Fridwin immediately pulls out a cup, fills it with water, and offers it to her.
She looks very confused because you just filled a cup with water out of nowhere.
Drink this now.
No. She kind of gags.
You are severely hurt.
Oh,
You need
right.
to drink this.
She's not pleased looking at this cup.
It's just water.
That came from your hand.
It's just water.
It came from your hand.
Just
Ye-
drink it.
Was conjured.
As
From
long as
your
you're not a,
hand!
as
It
long as you're
didn't-
not a, as long as you're not a demon, it won't kill
Oh, good.
you.
Just to add to this, Pidge walks up and holds Ein up, where Hein coughs up another piece of toast.
Oh my god.
Apollyon says, "Would you want some ice cubes with it? Maybe that'll be better."
What?
Apollyon is gonna turn his scythe into the hell scythe, and he's gonna conjure some ice cubes.
Oh my god. Oh my
Listen, you're either going to drink this, or I'm going to have to find something to strike with lightning.
What?
Do you want to keep asking questions, or do you want to drink the fucking water?
Like having a
It's better
panic
if you drink it.
attack.
It's better if you drink the water. It's for all of us.
She reaches up to take the cup from you, and as she does, you notice something. Her hair, there's a piece of her white hair near her scalp that has just gone gray.
Oh. All right, yeah,
Like-
drink that water.
Like with much age gray. Like it just doesn't look healthy like the other pieces of her hair were.
What on-
Apollyon. Oh wait, what? What were you saying, Purdue?
What on earth was that? This?
I told you not to ask questions. She takes a
Yeah.
drink of the water.
It's always about questions. Pridwin, I actually wanted to show you something.
What?
In case I ever go crazy and start speaking in tongues again, he hands him a piece of paper that he's been writing on. Here's a translation of our alphabet.
I hate to break this to you, but I still don't speak demonic.
No, it's okay. This will help.
I just want you to know that the bottom middle one looks like a plague doctor's mask, like a little bird, and I can't get over it.
Oh yeah.
I love him.
I'm Apollyon, you do know how written languages work, right?
This is runes. It's different.
So if I translate these to letters, will it just read as English?
Yeah,
This isn't a language, this is cryptography.
still works.
He just face palms.
Don't think about it too hard, Liam says, clapping you on the shoulder.
So he pulls out his other note. This says, "Do you guys also hear the whispers?"
That's incredibly
sorry?
ominous.
Exactly.
You're hearing voices.
I was hearing voices when I was going mad. Yes.
Yes, I hear the whispers. Probably not. the same
I know
voice.
you do. You're crazy.
Does everyone here have voices inside? At least I know who the voices inside my head are.
I don't. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Well, there's Pidge, another Pidge, and I believe there's a third Pidge. Call her
I mean-
Pidger.
Oh my god.
Mine are ghosts. You just
Iskra's staring at all of you, just blinking, and then she just goes, "Weird. You're all so weird."
does the DWMA have therapists?
Probably. No. No.
I'm licensed in 3 states.
I'm pretty sure Xavier has something.
Xavier is, he's a psychology student!
I don't know if I have a therapist
He was
license. I can
supposed
check.
to be the therapist in the group!
I'm going to be honest with you, Apollyon. If you do, it's probably just to give people drugs that are very outdated.
I did that about 30 years ago.
A doctor's license from the 1800s.
I can't actually treat you, but what I can do is prescribe meth.
I can give you Xanax.
What you need is a good dose of cocaine, though.
Oh, you're feeling a little depressed and also have some mild body pains? Well, a nice bottle of pure opium will fix you right up.
It's gonna be great. You're not gonna have any. You're not gonna be able to think about your problems when I'm done with you. So yeah, Iskra has drank your hand juice and is now standing beside you guys with one arm kind of wrapped around her midsection. She still looks like she's in pain, but she doesn't look like she's dying anymore, which is great. She gestures to the tree. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Very well. Cridwin will follow towards the tree.
She is the first one to get to it, and like she did that first day, she puts her hand on the bark. And that strange energy begins to glow in her eyes. And as it does, a fresh stream of blood trails from one of her nostrils. Go, she says, gesturing to the archway.
Cridwin will step through.
So will Apollyon.
You guys follow. You guys step out the other side, and it's just as unnerving a feeling as it was the first time. It's not great. You guys find yourself stepping out just on the outskirts from the roots of another tree of another village that looks like this.
Oh.
There are actually trails of smoke coming from the chimneys. Lights in the windows. It's starting to get dark now. But this village appears inhabited.
This place really is still inhabited.
Well, shit.
Iskra is the last one to come through, and she kind of stumbles through, staggering. Kind of tumbles into Solon in the process. Sorry.
Are you okay?
She doesn't give you an answer.
Do you need more water?
I'll be fine.
This is Iskra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She's still bleeding out of her nose, and she just looks frail. Which is very unlike her, because she presented as very strong and passionate earlier.
Yeah. Are you gonna be able to make the trip?
We're already here. This is the village that had your coordinates.
All right.
I think you all need to check this out. I think Iskra needs to take a break.
I'm fine.
Yes.
I'll just wait here by the tree. You guys go ahead.
Not alone.
Not
I'll
alone.
be fine. I spend most of my time alone.
Well, not when you're that injured. Who wants to stay with her?
I'll stay. I'll stay with her.
Okay.
Don't be ridiculous. You need to go.
Solon is going to stay with you, and we're going to go investigate.
Then I'm coming with you. There's no sense in you getting stuck with me.
Nope, you're staying here.
Make me, she says, pushing herself up again.
I fear that would be... you can barely stand up.
She stands up, staggering a bit, but does stand up just to prove a point.
Pridwin sighs, opens up his bag, sifts through it, pulls out a fistful of strawberry candies, holds it out.
She squints.
Your blood sugar is visibly low. You're going to need to eat these.
Okay. She has no idea what blood sugar is.
You know what blood sugar is, right?
She just blinks at you.
Well,
Just-
they are hunters. They probably feast mostly on meat and iron, so.
That doesn't... Do you not have doctors?
Probably plague doctors. They didn't really do their job back then.
Okay, you say that out loud, you see a visceral reaction come over her when you say this.
Oh. See? They probably do.
Oh gods, you have archaic... What in the world is the education level in this country?
I don't want to talk about it.
Where's Lewis when you need him?
Do you still use leeches
hell
to treat
with the
diseases?
Yeah.
We have some apothecaries back at home. We don't have
God, you-
leeches around here.
You even call them apothecaries. This is... First thing I'm doing once this is all over is building a school.
You see another reaction from her.
You guys don't like schools?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh god.
Fredwin, as she has this visceral action that happens, you feel a strong pang from deep in your core.
He grabs his chest and he says,
once again you hear those aggravated whispers coming from inside of you, almost nonsensical. Don't go.
Can you all shut up?
You say this and everybody in the group just turns to look at you.
He clears his throat and he says, "Sorry, talking to ghosts again."
As you guys are having this conversation, you notice there's a figure standing kind of at the corner of the closest house watching you guys. I'm sorry. Can I help you with something?
We're searching for somebody.
Would you be a
Apollyon,
little more specific?
We are we're travelers. We're looking for an individual who has been, I believe, staying here. Person who was carrying a scroll?
He lifts a brow, looking confused. Not sure that I'll be able to help you with that.
I
Would a little
suppose
money compensate you?
A little money can always grease the wheels, my friend.
Well, money for information.
I do not know what information there is to give you. I don't know of any weird people with scrolls, but he looks a little disappointed. It's nothing.
has anybody passed through town recently? Anybody unusual? Apart from us?
Not so much somebody passed through, it's more that people in town have been sort of not coming back to town, yes?
Disappearances. That is. Could you please give us more information? We might be able to try and help.
Well, I don't know too much, but the blacksmith's son was the last one to go missing. They still haven't found him yet.
I see. Is the blacksmith still here?
Yeah, you can't miss him. He's an enormous man, and Forge is part of house over in the other area. You can go visit him. He's very welcoming.
Thank you. Pridwin is going to sift through his pocket and pull out some money and offer it to him. I appreciate the information regardless.
Hey, I can feed my family again, he says, pocketing the coin. He walks back into his house.
All right.
Well, I suppose we should go talk to the blacksmith.
You guys start walking into town. Zarga's small. I mean, there's not a lot of houses, so it's very easy for you guys to find the one with an enormous forge attached to it. Like, think Skyrim-esque. Like, it's like under the same roof and everything. There is a very large man stoking the fires of the forge. He picks up a hammer and goes to swing it.
Blacksmith.
You say this and he jumps, and this enormous man turns and looks at you with startled eyes. Oh, I didn't see you there. Can I help you with something?
We're passing through town, and we recently heard that people have been going missing.
This is Volkov territory, you know. That is pretty common.
Well, even still, we are interested in trying to help.
Well,
We're also
don't
looking.
know why you've come to me.
We heard that your son recently went missing.
No, he's not missing. He likes to take supplies up the mountain to one of his friends.
Right.
Edwin slowly looks over to Apollyon.
Oh god. I hope this isn't another shepherd situation.
Say,
What's
You
that?
wouldn't
You want to
have-
speak to the shepherd? I can arrange that. He should be coming back into town in. He thinks for a minute. Maybe 2 weeks.
no, we don't need to speak to the shepherd. At least I hope we don't.
Say, have you guys had a
this guy?
have you guys had a sheep problem lately?
No, the shepherd usually takes care of any problem sheep.
Okay, just making sure.
I rolled a 15 on my insight.
For the man, he's telling the truth.
So he's telling the truth about his son just not being missing.
He believes everything that he just told you.
Huh.
Right.
And there isn't anything like unusual about his mannerisms or.
No, he's fully convinced that his son took supplies up the mountain to whoever he takes supplies to up the mountain.
I see. Very well. Might I ask? Have you noticed anyone going missing?
Here and there.
And may I ask, who the most recent person to have gone missing was?
Well, let me think. I would say that young couple, they were probably the last ones to go missing. They got out of town, maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
I see.
You know how
Was
young
there?
love is, though. They just kind of get out of here, think they can find a better place for themselves. I don't bother with it. This is not my problem. Not like
Right.
my boy. My boy is good. He behaves himself. He cleans up after himself. He helps me in the forge.
Also, another question: was there any strange individuals that came into town recently, other than us, of course, that were carrying some strange cylindrical object,
Would you mean like a pipe?
like a
The
scroll?
last plumber that were to come in here was a long time ago. A squirrel. I have never seen a cylindrical squirrel before.
Scroll.
Oh, a scroll. That's less amusing. I can't say that I've seen anybody specifically that's carrying anything like that, no?
Any suspicious objects being passed through town?
What do you mean, like drugs? What are you, a cop?
No, not drugs. I don't care about those. I used to deal. I mean, anyway.
We do need a supplier.
They have police here, but they don't know what blood sugar is. What kind of hell is this?
Well,
alright.
it is getting late. I mean, I could welcome you into the forge. My son probably will not be back until tomorrow. You can use his room if you like. It's going to be a bit cramped. There's a lot of you.
Is there an inn in town?
No. We don't have one of those. We usually just
Oh, dear.
put travelers up in their own homes whenever somebody comes through because it like never happens around here.
What was the last traveler you had inside your home?
Inside my home? I would say that man that came from 2 villages over a couple weeks ago that wanted his sword maintained. I let him stay while I fixed his sword up, and then he left the next day.
Did you get his name?
I don't remember.
Out of curiosity, I suppose we should be a bit more broad. Who was the last person to have entered town, outsider?
You all are seeming very suspicious right at the moment.
Just curious. We've been searching for him. He has something for us.
Well, I
Diplomatic.
don't really know, but you could ask my son when he gets back. This boy, he gets to know everybody. He has nothing better to do in town.
Apollyon sort of whispers to Pridwin. He says, "I don't think he's coming back." Very quietly.
Pridwin whispers back, either that or there's something very horribly wrong here.
You go, Pridwin.
We're just trying to... Well, we were looking for a specific individual who was carrying a scroll that we needed to obtain. But we heard about the disappearances, and we're quite concerned about that. I suppose...
You were talking to the old man that lives in the house at the end of town, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, he's crazy. You can't trust anything that he says. He still thinks
Okay.
the couple that left a month ago is missing, he finger quotes. Goodness, he just could not accept that his own son would run off and leave him alone.
His son
True
ran
love
away.
will do that to you.
Oh, his son was one of the members in the couple.
Yes.
I see.
I heard they were making their way for the border, but nobody ever crosses the border.
Oh, okay.
They were trying to cross the border.
Yes, younger people are, no offense, stupid. They do not
Well-
like to listen to advice from people like me.
That's fair. I mean, in the last 1,000 years, I've met a lot of dumb kids.
Anyway, you can come in and get warm. The forge keeps my house pretty warm. It's probably going to snow again, but Stan should be back by the time that you get up in the morning. He's usually only gone a couple of days. It's a little bit of a hike up there to that weird cabin.
You said... Right, you said your son carried supplies up the mountain to this cabin?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while now.
Do you know particularly why? Is there
I've
somebody...
never met the person that lives there, but apparently my son is very fond of them.
I see.
He says they're
Pridwin-
very smart, not like everybody here, always wanting more than I can give him.
Is this person an outsider?
I don't know, like I said, I've never met them, they've never come into town.
Pridwin's just going to look over at Apollyon and say, well, I suppose we should probably speak with your son in the morning. If you don't mind us staying here, that would be very kind of you.
Not at all. He gestures to his house. Make yourself at home. I just need to finish up on this hammer before I call it a night. I'd hate to waste all of this wood for nothing.
Of course. I suppose we shall get settled.
He turns his back on you and begins working on this hammer that he was going to start fixing.
Well, I suppose we could rest. What time is it?
It is just getting dark.
Well, there's nothing wrong with waking up early in the morning.
Yes, we could at least get everything settled in and then perhaps talk to some more people.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys going inside?
Apollion's gonna
Yeah.
stay outside because he doesn't sleep indoors.
My god, Apollyon. Okay, well, everybody else going inside?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Inside.
so you guys make your way to the door, let yourselves inside, and you're in a humble little cottage. You immediately walk into like this kitchen area. There are 2 rooms off to one side, and like it extends into a living space on the other side.
Well, the person at the top of the mountain is definitely the person we're looking for.
I mean, are we sure about that? Liam asks.
Smarter than most of the people in town. That sounds like Sokolov. They've never been seen. And this boy has recently started running supplies up to them. And from the sounds of it, they're quite the recluse, which means that they most likely don't want to be seen.
Apollyon will be in the
means-
window.
Just listening to the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Which means that I believe that that is most likely who we're looking for. Now, that being said, I'm a bit hesitant to try and take anything by force, considering they don't sound to be causing any problems, unless these disappearances are actually disappearances.
So they said the kids' room, right? Liam says, walking towards the 2 doors.
Yes, yes.
He opens one and walks inside. Minerva
I
follows.
also think we should probably do watches
I'll
for the
take
night.
I'll take the watch.
The whole night?
Um,
I'm
Well,
going to be
somebody
honest,
can
I don't think that would be... I think you should probably get some sleep, considering...
Guys, you hear Minerva's voice from the room.
yes.
Yes?
I think you're right.
Ridwin's going to head into the room.
You walk
Apollyon
into the
will follow.
room, and there's it's very cute little room. There's like a kid-sized bed. There's some toys along the floor. It appears like this boy is young, like maybe 8 to 10, judging by the toys that you see in the room. And there's a desk kind of by one of the windows, and there's a bunch of drawings pinned up kind of around the desk that he's been doing. And there's one that's sitting on the desk that is not done. And Liam and Minerva are staring at it, and Liam's face is just stress.
Okay,
Is-
better question. Do we want to wait to see if that kid gets murdered by this man, or do we want to go see what's going on?
I didn't know that this kid was 8 years old. That is concerning.
Should we go up the mountain to where this man is?
Didn't he say it takes a couple days to get up and down the mountain? We really want to do that in the middle of the night?
Well,
that would not be wise for us.
still, chances are that kid's either dead or we're gonna run into him on the way up.
I think we're going to need to wait until sunrise, but we're going to need to be very careful.
Would anybody like to look at the drawing on the desk?
Yeah,
Yes.
Pridwin's looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
so it is a humanoid shape, and he has used like a blue crayon to scribble the humanoid shape. But when it gets to the head, it's like it goes off into like 2 points that look less like a mouth and more like a beak. Except there are a bunch of spikes sticking up and down out of this beak.
Oh, this person's turned into a monster.
I
Whatever.
personally,
Okay, now I see why they really didn't want us looking into that scroll.
Solon, do you have any input on this?
Yes, Solon, do you have any input on this?
On the drawing.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I think maybe we should. There is a toddler that is making a multiple day journey up and down a mountain in a very, very cold climate. I think this might be a we need to go now problem.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking as well. What do you think, Solon?
What time of day is it right now?
Sunset.
Sunset.
A little after sunset.
I think we wait till morning.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yes. If we freeze, we are no use to this kid.
Well, I'm not worried about that.
I mean, I suppose some of you are susceptible to freezing.
I can go.
You're clad in armor.
I can survive pretty cold temperatures.
You shouldn't
I've-
go alone.
I will.
Going alone would be an extremely bad idea.
Hmm.
No, you don't understand. She points at the drawing. That thing, it'll eat you alive.
Well, I mostly just want to do some recon, but
I think we stay here for the night. We regroup in the morning and we make a plan.
If this child has been doing this journey multiple times,
I mean, he did say that he's done this a lot, Minerva offers, trying to be helpful.
yes, he might be alright for now.
all right. Well, I'll take first watch. You guys rest, and I'll wake up whoever's next.
Keep an eye on the smith.
Will do.
So, there's a one small bed in this room and nothing else.
Well, Apollyon will be outside, so you guys rest on the
Um,
small bed.
Iskra gets the bed.
Give them a Iskra?
Iskra, you get the bed.
I mean-
want the bed. I'm fine.
Iskra, get the bed.
I
She's-
sleep
she's-
on the ground normally.
Well, it'll be nice.
you're-
to
You're
sleep on
also
a bed.
not normally wounded.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. She drops
Well-
down onto the ground to lean up against the wall comfortably.
Well, the floor
And
isn't
I-
as comfortable as a bed, so I
I'm
think
gonna
you should
pick her up and throw her on the bed.
Yeah, I'll pick her up and throw her in bed.
You would recover quicker if you were comfortable, so
Liam like
You're going in the
opens
bed.
his mouth and then closes it slowly.
Liam, you can turn into a weapon.
No, that's not what I was. Never mind.
You
All right, Solon, you grab her arms, I'll grab her
What?
feet.
I'm down. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Oh my god.
it's another look at Liam.
Liam is just standing there, like eyes wide with his hands on either side of his head, just watching this.
All right, you ready, Solon? Grab her arms.
She brandishes her crossbow at both of you.
Ah, I've been shot by worse. All right, you ready?
That doesn't scare me.
Oh my god.
I rolled a natural 20 for strength.
Oh my god. Yeah, you pick her up. You don't even need Solon's help.
All right, he grabs her and he's gonna toss her onto the bed.
She is thrown onto the bed and she like winces in pain and then just lays there. Why did I ever agree to come with you, idiots?
Well, it was your idea. All right,
I
I'll
was
be
gonna say,
outside.
you offered.
I'm very sorry for their incompetence.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah, welcome to Solon's team.
Apology accepted.
My team. When did this get voted?
Oh my
always
god.
does.
So
You're the
yeah,
one who
you
knows
guys are all...
everything.
You guys start to set. How do the rest of you settle in? I know Apollyon's outside. Iskra's on the bed.
I'm gonna
Just the
lean up
Hatman.
against like the head of the bed on the wall.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Hat Man has joined us.
The Hat Man has joined
The
us.
Hat Man.
The Hat Man has
The
joined.
Hat Man will be of use very, very soon.
Oh no.
But first, sleep.
Yes.
Pridwin is just going to go into weapon form.
You go into weapon form and nobody catches you.
Oh?
That's unfortunate.
Where is Lunala?
Lunala is out in the living room, staring at the fire.
As Apollyon passes, he just waves and then leaves.
Apollyon, you're going outside, and the smith comes strolling in with the hammer over his shoulder.
Oh, hello, Smith.
Pardon me? He smiles at you, and he continues humming a tune and walks into his bedroom.
He listens to the tune.
It is some nonsensical Russian tune. I don't know, my brain can't think of anything.
Okay.
Those silly Russians and their tunes.
Good enough for me.
I don't know, man!
Mhm.
He's humming "We All Live Together."
There you go, that's exactly that fucking song, oh my god. Yeah, so you guys gonna settle in?
Yes.
Alright, so you guys begin to, weather the night, and it is maybe an hour or two into you guys trying to get sleep when the wind picks up and begins to howl. And the cottage moans in the wind. The bones
Like a
of the
cat.
structure just shuddering.
Like a cat does in cat form, Apollyon is just gonna like stick his face into the wind.
Of course you do.
Yes.
It is a bitterly cold night. Even with the heat of the forge, there's just something that feels wrong about this place. And Pridwin, every day more that you're here, it seems like internally everything is upset. It is
Yep.
chaos within you. And you don't feel the touch of your wife against your weapon form at all.
Yeah, the moment that he realized she wasn't there, he turned back and went over to check on her.
She's just out in the living area, sitting cross-legged by the fire. She's got her eyes closed. She's sitting cross-legged, and Bandit is sitting in her lap, dead asleep.
Lunala,
She doesn't say anything.
he's gonna put his hand on her shoulder.
You do so, and her eyelids flash open, and her eyes are glowing that astral purple color.
Oh! Lunala?
There's something hunting us.
I'm
and
sorry,
then her
what?
eyes close again. She goes back to sleep.
What? You can't just say that!
Apollyon is sitting in the window and he says, "Girl troubles? Yeah, me too."
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my god. Wanna take a step outside and talk? Oh my god. Come, sit by the frozen cold wind.
Um,
The frozen cold wind!
I think I'll pass.
No, come out here.
Ugh.
Getting real big skinwalker vibes from Apollyon right now!
Hey,
I
how
mean-
you doing?
He can canonically shapeshift,
Just
so
come
I mean,
outside! Just come outside,
Standing
though!
in the window.
I need you to come outside and sit in
Hey,
the
come-
wind!
imagine he
Come
speaks in his
outside,
father's
man.
voice.
Oh, God.
Come outside, man. There's something really cool I want to show you. Come on, come outside.
Yes, I'm not going to skin you alive.
I am not going to eat you. What? That's totally crazy talk. I wouldn't ever eat you. What?
So I'm the problem.
Am I the problem? No. No. Well, no.
God, getting gaslit by a skinwalker.
I mean, I do that pretty often. I am the skinwalker. So.
Oh my god.
God.
Are you going with totally normal Apollyon, or are you staying inside?
Pridwin's just going to like sigh and step outside. Oh,
Oh,
The echo.
there
Oh.
were two of me. Oh
There was
God, he
two
is
of
the skinwalker.
Oh god!
Apollyon just begins mimicking him.
All of a sudden, Apollyon the cat walks in from the other window.
Who are you talking to?
What? Oh no!
Anyway, yeah, he's with his paw. He sort of gestures you outside.
What? All right. Pridwin steps out.
So, we're being hunted, are we?
Yep, that's what she said.
Apollyon is going to sort of, how should I put this? Can he sense anything off?
Could you be more specific?
Like, similar to like Ereditosker's sense thing, can he sense something weird?
I mean, to be honest with you, you're in the Beastlands. There was a crazy surge of magic the second you stepped over the border.
True.
Like, everything
Other than
feels
that.
wrong here.
Everything feels wrong, but do I feel like I'm being, quote unquote, hunted?
Watched? No. You
Hunted.
do not get the sense that there's anything currently nearby stalking you.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he looks to Pridwin and he says, so, yeah, hunted, huh?
Apollyon, I am having a panic attack.
About?
He looks at him dead in the eye, and he says, "What do you think?"
Well, there's the huge magic surge, there's the fact that beast people exist, which isn't too much of a surprise to me. But there's also the
not
evil
the scary
ones.
thing.
There's the infection. Your girlfriend just said we're being hunted. I'm losing my mind. Pidge hasn't said much all day, which is new. And what else? There's a 10-year-old kid in a mountain alone.
And there is some sort of horrible demon monster that used to be a person who is hiding in a shack that child is delivering supplies to.
Huh, that reminds me of me 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
pretty
going-
accurate, Abaddon says in the background.
I
Yeah.
am not going to dignify that with an answer.
I really don't want to go back to the shack.
Well, it was a kidna's shack. I didn't mind a kidna's shack.
You didn't mind a kid in his shack.
Well. Now, you know what? I'll leave that be. Anyway.
Abaddon's now pouting in scythe form.
Furthermore,
Continue.
I don't know what's going on. My family is screaming at each other about all of this.
First time?
I feel like this is the point. I feel like this is
Oh,
the point.
no,
Like
this is
Solon
totally
walks
like-
out with a cigarette and goes, "Yeah, I got family problems too."
This has to be like the 5th time. The worst thing is, every time it happens, it gets louder.
I
It
know
is-
about loud voices in my head.
That does not make me feel better.
They usually go away sometimes.
Whew. Ever since I did that brain dive, I've heard them. It
And you didn't
started
stop?
off as just surface level thoughts. Occasionally I'd hear somebody say something. And then they just got louder and more defined. And now I can hear everything that they're saying all the time.
No.
And they're not happy.
Well, at least they're not trying to possess your body.
I would hope not.
Hmm. He sort of looks down for a moment, for just a split second, breaking his usually careless attitude.
Are you okay?
I've been better.
I mean, you did just find out that there's another part of you out there.
Yes.
And also that they're not very friendly.
Yes, that too.
Are you concerned?
Well, I'm concerned about many things, including the fact that Cassie contacted me. There's been a voice in the back of my mind for the last few weeks, and now there's another entity trying to take control. Well, both entities are trying to take control. It's not really that fun.
There's multiple people trying to take control of you.
Two. One of them, don't know their name or who they are. And then there's Yaldabaoth, which, I'd prefer if they weren't also trying to double team me, but here we are. And then Cassie, invading my mind and talking to me for a brief moment, when I haven't seen her in over 20 years.
I suppose that would be quite the breach of privacy.
Yes. I haven't had much privacy in the last 20 years.
That I can empathize with.
Start off, there was Sophia, and then there was Mephisto, then there was Cassie, Yaldabaoth, and then the mysterious other entity that's in the back of my mind. Yeah, it's been great. Very, very, very great. And memories of before have also begun to surface.
Before.
Before my split. There's still only fragments, but
I see.
it's been getting hard to keep my normal facade up for the last few weeks.
I understand. I wish I knew how to help you, but
Do you think we're prepared for what's to come?
are we ever prepared?
Well, that's fair.
I don't think we are. I mean, I don't think we can ever be. We're constantly going up against something that we have never faced before. Something much worse than the last thing that we fought. But every single time, we've survived.
Suppose.
That has to count for something, right?
Well, I suppose I can agree with you there. We've always figured it out. But for how long will we continue to push our luck? until. Don't let me get the mood down. How about you?
What do you mean, how about me?
What's going on with Lunala?
I cannot even begin to guess. I can only assume some sort of witch things. She seems to be reacting to the magic that's been going on around us.
Then there was the squirrels, Anastasia.
It's all way beyond anything that I understand.
I need to get that sword from that pitiful boy before he loses himself.
Alright, the cursed sword. Do you have any idea how that thing came into existence?
I couldn't tell you. After I was split, well, from what I understand, it was mostly just my strongest emotions clinging to the living world. Sort of emotions of wrath, Abaddon being my fear, but I didn't know there was any others.
Well, this one sounds to be quite vengeful. Perhaps they were left behind and someone managed to trap them in the blade.
Yes. Sort of vestige of my memory. Need to get it back and get it under control before it kills that boy. Whoever they are.
I think you'll be able to manage.
I sure hope so. As for the question of who would store one of my fragments in a sword,
I mean, you have, from the sounds of it, quite a lot of enemies. Somebody might have done it because they thought it would be a cruel joke.
well, the only person who... I didn't have that many enemies, only a few. Mephisto wasn't always my enemy, and, well, the only person who had that much fascination with any part of myself was Bedlam.
I don't think you've ever spoken about Bedlam.
He was one of my original shadows, one of the first. He was loyal to a fault, to be honest, but he was a great man. Demon. I haven't seen him since before, but I just hope any of my shadows are still alive. They can help me piece together what's been going on.
You could definitely use some help.
Pridwin,
Mm-hmm.
there is suddenly a presence right behind you.
He's gonna turn around very quickly.
You see the purple glow as Lunala is standing behind you, but her gaze is distant.
Okay, that's freaky.
Lunala?
Something is coming.
Something is... What? What are you talking about? What is going on?
What do you mean?
Solon!
Eh.
You are asleep, finally, when all of a sudden you feel a hand grab a fistful of the shoulder of your shirt.
Okay. I jolt awake.
It's Iskra, and she looks panicked.
What's wrong?
We have to get out of here.
What do you mean? Why?
They're not supposed to be here. We have to get out of here. We can't be here when they show up.
Who?
I can't. She shakes her head. Look, if they're looking for who we're looking for, then we need to get there first. Please, Just trust me.
Can you move?
She nods.
I'm gonna go to the other room.
Liam and Minerva are dead asleep. Curled up kind of by the fire. Pidge
In the other.
is doing something with Ein. She's got like another piece of toast in her mouth and she looks up at you.
Where's the other two?
And she points toward the door that goes outside.
Okay. I'm gonna step outside and talk to them.
You step outside. All of a sudden, you guys are standing there. Lunala's being all Lunala, and the door opens again, and there's Solon.
Solon,
All right. More for the
we
party.
need to get moving.
I actually just came to tell you that.
Yeah. I guess we should leave now. Do you know who exactly is coming? I don't know what's going on.
You
I
see a
don't
very
know.
groggy Liam and Minerva coming to the door. Pidge also with the red panda, and Iskra kind of pulling them all together.
Iskra, what is going on?
We need to go. If they're hunting the same person we're hunting, then we need to get there first.
All right, then we're heading out. Does anybody know who is hunting us?
I would like to know that, but I
Eh.
have no idea.
They're not
I
hunting
is-
us. They're hunting it.
Lunala, you seem to know something.
Lunala's not responding to you. Her eyes are still glowing that eerie purple.
All right, never mind. She's still crazy. Let's get out of here.
Pridwin's just going to pick Lunala up.
Is that a problem? You hear from behind you, and the smith is standing there, looking very confused.
Yes. Some competitors of ours in the hunting business have come by, and we need to hunt our target before they get here.
Okay. Your targets.
Oh, it's a wild boar. They've been ransacking nearby villages. We are going to take care of it. That's why we needed to meet our colleague here.
A wild boar has been ransacking villages?
A very big boar.
Boars are extremely vicious.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what we worry about in these parts, but okay.
It's a very, very, very big boar. Anyway, we
He
will be
doesn't
back
believe
later.
a word you're saying, but he's just nodding slowly.
The point is, there's been an emergency and we need to get going.
We'll be back in a few days, if you don't mind.
Okay. He just nods again.
All right, good to know. Apollyon is going to immediately start heading towards the mountain, I'm assuming.
The wind is blowing very much and visibility is low. You can see the snowflakes coming down heavily.
Pridwin's gonna make sure to wake everybody up and tell them that we've got to get the fuck
Oh,
out of
everybody's
here.
already there. Like, Solon and Iskra got everybody up.
All right, Solon, you seem to know this place better than we. Do you know where to go?
I would like to specify that Solon's never been to the Beastlands before, ever.
All right, cool. Well, that helps.
How about this? Pridwin's going to just turn on his lantern.
Oh, that helps.
Everybody huddles close to you.
Just stay close to me and make sure that everybody else is next. Make sure that everybody's with you.
This doesn't seem like the best weather to go boar hunting in, the smith shouts over the wind to you.
Mm-hmm.
They only show up in these conditions. Don't worry about it.
I'm
you know
very worried about it!
Which direction is the path to the mountain?
That way! He points kind of through the houses nearby to you.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll return.
Okay, just follow the stones, I guess.
We will.
You guys
Alright.
start making your way in the direction that he pointed, and almost immediately, like, you find yourselves almost losing each other. That's how low the visibility is in this snowstorm.
Mara.
Yeah.
Mara materializes beside you. She's getting better at doing that.
All right. Have you done much scouting of the area?
I tried.
That's good enough.
You want to go up? She points.
Yes.
Follow. And she darts ahead on the trail. I would like any of you to roll a perception check for me as you guys start up the trail of this mountain in the middle of a snowstorm, which, by the way, is highly unrecommended in normal conditions. Stream, don't try this at home.
Is this specifically to try and stay together?
No. It is not.
Okay.
It is to see something that you may or may not want to see.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess
Oh
I
shit.
may or may not want to see it.
Solon, would you like to roll? Yeah, Pridwin's the only one.
Uh-oh.
Pridwin, and the only reason you notice this is because you're kind of at the back of the group. Everybody's chasing after Mara, who seems to sort of know where she's going, and you lost your grip on Lunala a little bit. She's still not responding to you. And you kind of stopped and turned sideways to readjust her on your back, I guess, or however you're carrying her, and you see a shape through the snow. You look real hard, real close, and you see this.
Uh-oh. That was the meme. Oh! Oh no!
Oh no.
As you're looking at it, you then see this to its right. And this to its left.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, we're not dealing with that.
What are you talking about, Pridwin?
Bad things.
Pridwin catches up with the group.
What did you see, Pridwin?
Bad things!
Describe the bad things.
Bird.
Did you say bird?
You remember those plague doctors you were talking about?
Oh dear God.
I think I know why our friend is so scared of them.
Oh fuck. Anything else?
I
you see?
tried to warn you, Iskra says just loud enough to be heard over the wind. You guys are like rushing up the side of this mountain at this point.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I guess we're going now.
So yeah, you guys make your way up the side of the mountain. I'm gonna need all of you to make agility checks.
Uh-oh.
Here, hold on. Let me.
I am not shitting you right now.
Oh,
Oh,
my
fuck.
god!
Pridwin is pulling out all the stops.
Good lord. It's that lantern, apparently, the second he flipped it on.
He knew exactly where he was
It's a
going.
really
He was
good
on a
fucking
mission.
thing y'all rolled high for this. I'm just saying. My counters were not being nice to y'all. Yeah. So you guys are stumbling your way up the side of this mountain. Hold on, I forgot to check. Oh my god. Okay. It's alright. I can make that work. Minerva is struggling, but Liam just picks her up, and she transforms into her daggers.
Fair enough.
Luckily, Liam rolled high enough. So yeah, you guys, and you're keeping a hold of Bandit with that 20. You guys haven't missed a thing. Pidge is managing to do okay with the red panda. Yeah, you guys are making your way up this path, and interestingly enough, you're thinking this is a trip that's gonna take multiple days, right? Because the guy had said that they go up, and then he doesn't come back down for a couple days. It takes you guys maybe 5-6 hours.
Oh.
And then you see a glow in the distance.
I don't like any of this. At all.
The storm lulls. And you are able to make out this place in front of you guys. Now that you're up high enough, this is what you see.
Oh boy.
Okay, cool. Cabin in the woods. This couldn't go horribly wrong at all.
Nope, not at all.
When has anything bad ever happened in a cabin in the woods?
There are
I don't know.
lights glowing in the windows.
Well, it seems like whoever's there is alive. Let's hope there's more than one.
Oh, good. A cabin. That'll be totally safe.
In
Nothing
the woods.
bad
Lost.
can ever happen. Ever. It'll
Well,
be
we're dealing with-
fine.
Well,
I've
we're dealing with.
definitely never seen any horror movies where this is a plot point.
Well, there's one, a terrible plague that's going around, and two, a cabin in the woods. This could not go horribly whatsoever.
Ever.
You guys are standing on the far side of the bridge looking at this little almost island that the land creates that the cabin is on.
Well, who wants to walk across the rickety bridge first?
I'm carrying someone right now, so I would prefer not to.
All right,
I'll go.
Apollyon will transform into a cat and go with Solon.
Roll me an agility check, both of you. Apollyon at advantage because you're in cat form.
Ooh.
I guess technically it'd be a dex check, not agility.
Yeah. Oh, Dex. Oh, here.
Okay. Yep. So they make it without any problem. This bridge seems pretty sturdy. And they make it to the other side, and you see Solon and the cat minding their business on the other side. What would you guys like to do?
So they made it to the other side?
Both of them are on the other side.
Pridwin's just trying to make sure everyone else gets across.
Iskra goes next. She doesn't have any problem. And then Liam and Minerva, they also do not have any problem. Good rolls, good rolls. I'm gonna say Pidge also makes it. I will not harm her on a technicality. And Pridwin, it's just you.
Alright,
You and
Just gonna
Lunala and Bandit.
he's gonna start crossing.
Roll me a dex check.
Hold on, what's Pridwin's dex? It's not very good. Literally just need the bare minimum. Okay, he has the bare minimum, so... That is a soft 20.
So you get about 3/4 of the way across, and the bridge is creaking under your weight in protest. And then all of a sudden you hear a snap.
I am going to beat the shit out of whoever built this bridge.
The bridge begins to sway uneasily as one of the tethers on the far side that you've come from has begun to unravel.
He is going to immediately yeet Lunala across the bridge.
Bandit makes this really high-pitched squeaking sound as you throw them. You you are standing on this bridge that is beginning to shake and sway, and you are just doing everything in your capability to keep your balance. Roll me another dex check.
Oh god, okay, that's slightly better. Soft 21.
The good news is you didn't go into the ravine. The bad news is the bridge snaps underneath of you, and you basically Indiana Jones it. Like,
Oh, God,
Temple of Doom it? Like, you're, like, hanging off the side of the mountain on the bridge.
I did the fucking bridge glitch from fucking Dark Souls 3.
Yes. Apollyon is going to manifest Abaddon and like hold it down for him to grab a hold on to.
Everyone's gonna try and catch it.
Both of you roll me d20.
All right.
17.
That is a 12.
Close enough. You managed to catch the edge of your blade on his gauntlet. So it cuts into you a little bit, but you managed to get a hold of it.
Thank you.
He's gonna lift you up.
Between him pulling with Abaddon and you using the rest of the teensy bit of the bridge, you managed to scrabble your way up onto the island.
Apollyon falls backwards and he looks at Bridwin and he says, "I'm not letting you die on us now."
I very much appreciate that. Well,
The whole group is staring at you in horror. Minerva comes over to you and just wraps her arms around you and just buries her face in your shoulder.
All right, now for the Birdman number 1.
What? Liam says, looking at you.
Oh, Pridwin saw other birds.
right. There's 3 of them. Pursuing us.
They're
Well,
not
pursuing
birds, Iskra says
them.
under her breath. She's shaking. She looks pretty rough.
They're
Well-
definitely not birds.
Well, if they look like birds, then they're birds. Anyway, let's go inside.
They're worse, she says as she starts trying to make her way toward the cabin.
Well, anyway, I'll ignore that.
She kind of leans up against the wall of the cabin, kind of close to one of the windows, still trying to catch her breath, shivering roughly. I'm not supposed to say the name, because it could summon them.
Well, they're already here.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is that they're husks of their former selves. They're lacking in empathy and emotion and extremely powerful. They have no names, no faces, always covering themselves and concealing masks or garments, and they never speak. I don't know if they even can anymore, but they can hunt. My god, they can kill unlike anything you have ever seen. Relentlessly pursuing their target, and they always hit their mark. Slaying beasts wherever they fight or hide, even those their past selves once used to call friends.
Well, that's terrifying. I suppose let's head inside now. Let's take care of bird number 1 before the others come.
As you're saying this, you glance toward the bridge that you've just come from, and you think you can make out shapes standing on the far side. Would you like to roll perception to try and see them?
Yes. That
Go
is
ahead.
a-
Any of you can roll perception if you'd like to.
I rolled a
Everyone
14.
already knows what's across that
Oh,
bridge.
you know
He's
what's
not
across
gonna
that bridge.
bother.
14.
19.
That is actually high enough for both of you, so I'm just gonna post a picture. So you see this guy standing there. There are other figures hovering in the background, but he's the only one that you see.
Oh,
Oh.
Crow hunters. Lovely.
Hideous.
1 minute you're watching, and the figure is staring, like, into your soul, staring. And then with this blustery wind that passes by with a wave of snow, the figures are gone. Probably a good thing
All
you
right.
broke the bridge, Iskra says under her breath.
I suppose it was a blessing in disguise.
Apollyon's gonna look through the windows of this cabin.
You peer through the windows. The windows have light glowing through them, but they appear to be boarded from the insides.
Alright, knocking on the door is our only option now.
I don't think whatever's in there is going to be happy about us knocking.
Would any
Well,
of
they're
you
not gonna be
like
happy.
to, you know, like, roll perception on the house?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Pridwin's way too focused on trying to make sure that the people on the other side of the cliff stay on the other side of the cliff.
Solon, you are the only one that hears it. You think you can make out the sounds of breathing? Or maybe that's crying coming from inside of the shack. Yep. Apollyon is about to go knock on the door.
Yeah, Apollyon's about to knock on the door.
You gonna let him?
Yes.
But with what?
Sounds with a warning.
Ah.
Sounds like there's something in there breathing heavily. Just be careful.
Alright, and he is going to not just knock on the door, he's going to kick it really, really hard with his foot.
Hold on. You
Uh-oh.
walk toward the door and you go to lift your foot, your other foot, as you plant it to try and adjust yourself. Yeah, your foot steps down on something way more wet than it should be. You look down and it appears that there is blood trailing out from underneath of the door.
Uh-oh.
Oh, kick it down. Kick it down immediately, yes. I'm gonna roll strength to kick down the door.
Go
Yeah, roll
ahead
for
and
door.
roll strength to kick down the door.
Alright, where's my calculator? That is a 27.
You go to kick the door. It appears that there is something heavy in front of the door, blocking it.
Oh, fuck. He's... Oh, fuck.
It gives a little bit, and as it gives, you hear it yourself. It sounds like there's raspy breathing and crying from inside of this shack.
Alright, Birdman, I think we need to have a serious talk about talking to young children.
You don't get a response.
Fuck. Okay, he's gonna, does anybody have anything big enough or strong enough to destroy an entire door?
There's
Anyone?
someone on the other side of the door. Pridwin's just gonna look for another entrance.
Oh, this is not a someone. You have gotten enough space in the door to see that there is a shelf that has been like shoved in front of the door to try and block it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna keep kicking the door until it moves.
You keep kicking the door. Pridwin, you start walking around the shack looking for another way to get in. Roll me a investigation check. A D20 check.
19?
Okay. So as you're looking, you see this hole that is like it used to be a panel of a window, but somebody has very carefully taken the panel out and set it gently beside the cottage, and appears to have entered through this window that they have carefully dismantled.
Apollyon, they have another entrance.
Door.
Apollyon kicking the shit out of the door.
I roll a
Pridwin's going
37 for door.
Whoever you are, leave. This place is not for your kind.
Well, unfortunately, I have to come in here now. I don't really have much of another choice.
You have a choice to live.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's much of a choice in that either with those other guys.
I cannot live with more blood on my hands.
Pridwin, you are hearing this through the open window.
Can he see what's on the other side of the window?
You see a room that is in shambles. It appears to be a bedroom. The bed has been torn by what looks to be claws. There are scratch marks all over the walls. And there are just debris trailing out the bedroom door into what appears to be a living room.
Apollyon?
Yes?
They're definitely infected.
I figured as such.
I told you to leave. Please. Allow me to die in peace.
Well, you won't die in peace if those other guys get here.
I wish not for more. He was so small. I did not want to taste his flesh. Leave. Please.
All we need is the scroll and we'll leave you be.
I'm begging you. It is not worth this journey. It's new. I will not give it to you. You are not worth.
Apollyon, sort of panicked, is gonna keep kicking down the door.
I told you to leave.
You're starting to kick down the door, and Pridwin, you and Apollyon are close enough that you can feel it. There is a surge of energy, like a power radiating from this cabin.
Apollyon? This is going to be a fight.
I feel like it's going to be one anyway. It always is.
I said.
I told you to leave now. Become from this place, you will not get the scroll. I will add you to the pile before I hand it to you. No more blood shall be shed for paper. Go. Please. This is your final warning.
You're creaking against the shelf, the object that is blocking the door that you're desperately trying to kick through, as something is digging into it, leaning against it heavily. But it's not trying to stop you anymore. It seems like it is starting to bear into the shelf, and you hear the sounds of it creaking and beginning to break under the pressure.
Well, do we need the scroll, or are we going to just leave? Pridwin.
I want to clarify that Pridwin is on the side of the house and you're in the front, so you guys are shouting this at each other.
Yes, he is shouting this.
No. I can't fight. Please.
Well, gang, you have two options. What would you like to do?
Abandon the Sokolovs, or we get the scroll and fight whoever this is.
We don't really have a whole lot of a choice.
Well, we are kind of stuck on this fucking island, so
Yeah, I have a feeling if we do try to leave, then the other guys are gonna get in our way.
well, pick one fight at a time. Am I gonna strike this guy?
Can Pridwin ready a reaction?
Yep.
I'm going to set a reaction that the second that I see this thing in my field of vision, I'm gonna go for the good old-fashioned lightning strike.
Okay. Are you staying on the side of the house and looking through the window for that? Or are you going back around to the front?
Seems like he's getting ready to jump out through the front, so Pridwin's probably gonna roundabout over that way.
Second question, where's your wife?
I'm probably, if she's still not responsive, just going to set her to the side.
Okay.
If
Let me see. Hold on, let me find out if she is responsive. Okay, actually, as you go to set her down, the purple snaps out. It's gone. And her eyes kind of come back. She looks a little hazy, but she's kind of looks like herself again.
Oh, thank the gods you're alright. We're about to start a fight.
What?
It's bad.
Get your girlfriend and get ready. We need to figure out how to take this guy down.
Girlfriend,
He's gonna-
Lunala says, standing up.
Don't worry about
married.
worry about the specifics later.
Don't talk to me about the specifics of divinity. Yeah. So you get her in your hand.
Yep.
I'm gonna let one action happen, and then I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative.
All right.
But
Apollyon
here's
is going
my question before you do that, because it is 10:45, and I know how exhausted Colt is.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to wait and hold off on this fight till next session?
I don't personally care, but it might be better to have everyone here.
True.
Yeah.
Opinions?
I don't mind whatever happens.
I mean, I'd be down to fight, but yeah, I think that maybe Pidge should be here for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down to fight. But if everyone wants to,
Yeah, we can wait. I have no issues with that. I just wanted to check.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pause on the roll for initiative then, and the first thing we'll do when we start up next session is get into
Coming in hot next time.
a fight.
Yeah. We can leave it on a cliffhanger and do one action first, and then let it start.
Yeah, so what I was going to describe is that before anything happens, I was going to have you roll against me. Apollyon, real quick.
Okay. All right.
I just want to see how this plays out.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god.
But
I was not expecting that.
You only beat out by one, which makes me mad. You stupid ass crit. Yeah, so the way I'll leave this cliffhanger on is that with all of you kind of preparing yourself for something to go bad, Prid, when you're coming back around the edge of the house, Solon, you're trying to make sure Iskra is okay, and hearing the breaking of this whatever it is blocking the door. The smell of blood is like thick on the air for all of you, and then all of a sudden you just hear the shattering of the shelf and the door in one go as whatever it is comes roaring out into the snow and just takes Apollyon tumbling. You'll have to see what happens at the end of that tumble
Yes.
on the next episode
Oh boy.
of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.